Okay, today, y'all, I'm just going to touch a little bit about the shutdown, or if we have a shutdown. And you see a lot of my shows about if we have a government shutdown, some of the things that could happen and would happen and did happen. I'm going to show y'all a couple of videos. You know, I talk about a lot about my show, which is BS.BS show, which is basic survival, y'all. That's what it is, a basic survival show. If you get on BS.BS show, you'll see a lot of little tips that I give you all on basic survival. If we had a shutdown and just say the grocery stores and all that closed, you know what I'm saying? How would you eat and how would you survive a lot without technology and stuff, you know? If you weren't able to get your food stamps, if you wasn't able to get your checks and stuff, your and Social Security and stuff, like, you know, that you wanted to. They had a couple shutdowns that, you know, kind of affected everything from the mail to everything, y'all. So I do that because I feel like that's necessary. This is necessary because, you know, we never know what the future holds and what could happen. And, you know, we just so used to being kind of catered to, especially in this country. So you guys make sure you get to my page, watch, like, and subscribe. So today I'm going to show you a couple of videos of what could happen if we have a government shutdown longer than what we ever expected. You know what I'm saying? What could happen? Some things that could happen. Y'all ready? Check this out.
First, let's take a look at Social Security checks. Luckily, those aren't impacted by a shutdown. Since Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid are all tagged as mandatory spending, the payments aren't affected. What is, though, you won't be able to get approved for new benefits or a new Social Security card during a shutdown. Next, there's food stamps. Folks who get money from SNAP, child nutrition, or programs for women, infants, and children will keep getting help at the beginning. Stopgap bills only keep the program funded for the first 30 days of a shutdown. If it lasts longer than that, those benefits run out. So how long could it last? The longest government shutdown was 35 days, and it was a partial shutdown, lasting from December 2018 through January 2019. It centered around the debate over former President Trump's border wall. The government has shut down 20 times since budget processes were updated in 1976. Most happened over a weekend. There have only been 4 shutdowns where some part of the government stopped operating for more than one business day. If the government does shut down on Friday, it will be a full shutdown as it stands this morning. Hundreds of thousands of government workers would get furloughed. Essential government employees would still have to go to work, but they would not get paid until after the government reopens. And that's connecting the dots.
So you see, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to affect a lot of things, you guys. So you're talking about what? I ain't gonna get my money on time. You're not gonna get your money on time because it's gonna affect the post office. You know what I'm saying? Could affect food stamps and stuff like that. So man, that's kind of deep right there, you know. So that means your bills, y'all, your bills are gonna be constantly rolling in. But hold on, check this one right here out.
Folks, a government shutdown could be right around the corner. And I know you're wondering what exactly that means. Okay, so a shutdown happens when Congress fails to approve funding for federal agencies and programs by a specific deadline. So the government shuts down. It stops all non-essential functions until a budget is passed by Congress and signed by the president. But now essential services, they're going to continue during the shutdown. Now, what is essential? What is not essential? Well, the government decides, okay? And usually we have a clear idea of what's essential and not essential because it's posted on the OMB website, the Office of Management and Budget. But the Trump administration doesn't have anything up. What we do know is this, is that postal services, they're going to continue, right? Social Security payments and Medicare payments, they're going to go out because that is what's called mandatory spending. So you're in a shutdown, you're going to get those checks, but it could be slowed. There could be some slower, longer times, frankly, at the airport. Air travel could be strained. Military members are going to go to work, but all these people that are going to work are not going to get paid while they're working, but they're going to get paid when the government reopens unless they're a government contractor. Now, since Congress introduced the modern budget process in about 1976, there have been about 20 funding gaps and 4 real true shutdowns that halted operations for more than one business day. Last time there was a shutdown, though, it was only a partial shutdown, and it was during Donald Trump's first term. Now, Donald Trump is trying to blame it on the Democrats.
We have the continuing resolution, and the Republicans have approved it, and now the Democrats have to approve it, and I hope they will. And if it closes, it's purely on the Democrats.
frankly, all this could be avoided if, the Senate Republicans just work with the Democrats. But, crazy times, right? So could we see another shutdown this weekend? Maybe. Maybe not. Gonna have to wait and see.
Maybe not. I hope not. I hope we don't ever see one. But that's why I do my podcast show, because y'all, it's so important to know. I done showed y'all what them fig trees and them apple trees and stuff look like. Cause hell, if you ain't getting your money and stuff and you ain't got your bills, I done gave you. You get to my page, you can check out how basic survival goes. Hell, you might have to build a teepee out there. I'm just saying, and you got to know what herbs and stuff look like to live off of. Cause the grocery stores and stuff might not be open. It just depends. So the shutdown is something that we will hope will never happen. But I love to keep you informed on some survival tips, just in case, y'all. Just in case. You just heard that yourself now. In other words, it could be bad. You know what I'm saying? It could be bad if it lasts long. It's going to delay a lot of things, y'all. So, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Get at my page, BS.BS.show. Watch, like, subscribe. L's up, everybody. L's up.